We're back here at the end of the off season to show you guys kind of the update on what has happened, and there has been a lot of changes here in the roster. Starting off in the lineup, we did sign Nelson Cruz as a DH. Number one thing is, I don't believe anybody else in the league in simulation mode who is a not even a position player that's drafted, or any of these deep potential 19, 18-year-old players, or even these minor league players can pretty much produce what the guys I signed do. So Cruz, obviously I don't see one season when this guy's been below 22 home runs since 2009 plus. So this guy has racked up over 359 home runs career, 1,000 RBIs, which is insane. Other big pickups were Asdrubal Cabrera. Main deal with that is high contact power, and he's always consistent, as you can see. That's kind of what we need when we're making a run in the playoffs. Enter NCarte was a huge pickup. Main reason for him was his average. He's always got a high average within the game. On base percentage over 340 a lot of the times. So later in their careers, but good pieces to bring in, especially to make a run. Hopefully the chemistry works well together. Suarez doing his thing. I remember back, didn't he play for Detroit? Yeah, he did. That was such a disappointment. As soon as we gave him to Cincinnati, this guy absolutely went off. As you can see, 21 to 70, 11 stolen bases, 250 average. Not bad. Danny Swanson is our new shortstop. I believe we traded him for one of the better prospects we had, just because I needed somebody who was, somewhat developed, somewhat decent at shortstop with a potential. So he does have room to improve, but I do think he'll do well enough for us. Who else did we sign? Not really anybody major. I figured I'd give one guy his chance who I thought was ready, and Diego Aguero, or Aguero, however you want to say his name. Bats lefty, throws lefty. Speed potential is 6'2". He's got decent numbers when it comes to the plate. Durability, he's pretty flexible where he can play. Not amazing numbers last year, but I think that maybe he can put on a show this year. So I'm excited to see what he can do. And then off the bench, we signed Alcides Escobar and Wilfredo Tavera. Alcides Escobar was a very good signing that I was happy to make. Obviously I've heard this over and over and over again, but he's probably one of the most consistent players to play all the games you can imagine in a season. He's averaging probably close to 155 games plus a season, which is insane. Now his numbers, he's only got 41 career home runs, which it's not a whole lot, but to have a player who's out there every day, who can get active, play, put up decent numbers, is all you can really ask for, especially coming off the bench for me. I'm trying to make a run at the postseason, and I think that's what he's going to be able to do. And as well as this guy, another guy who's not necessarily known for his games that he plays, or how many games he's played in a season, how consistent he is out on the field, but more of a guy who can produce when I need him to. Batting average lifetime about 270, good on base percentage. And lastly, our backup catcher, B potential, 22 years old. Decent numbers in his first season, low average, but he will work on that obviously this year, hopefully getting a lot better, as he does bat lefty, which is a plus for a catcher you don't see very often. So a righty thrower, but a lefty bat, so very exciting on that. And then the bullpen, we did bring another guy in a trade to have a extra arm in case something goes wrong with Seth Lugo. Building off of the bullpen from last year, we picked up Coda Glover in the Rule 5 draft. I don't know if that's a good idea. I've known to have not a lot of success with him in the past, but I figured, give him his chance. Maybe he might do something different. So hopefully he does perform well. Not really any other bullpen changes, but there is a lot of bullpen prospects willing to come up in the next year. So once these guys are, declining, I do have other guys for next year to bring up. So prepared either way. And then in the lineup, as far as this goes, we did get Aaron Sanchez and Limet, I want to say his name is. And I'm not really sure how I'm probably not going to start Talon in his first game like that. I think I'm going to put him as a third string. Yeah, I like that better. I think that'll, will be the starting rotation for the season this year. So hopefully it goes well. Not bad. Budget, we did go up an extra $10 million to $50 million on the team's budget total. But I think it was worth it just to see if we can make a run this year. I think it might work out for us, especially with Cruz and Adrubal Cabrera. I think it's going to be a huge help to this team, as well as Escobar. Even though we're paying them roughly $10 million combined, I think that those pieces together might help us get something going here this year. So we're going to go ahead and get to manage the game against Max Scherzer, which is going to be a very tough matchup for our first game of the season, the home opener, as we will have Aaron Sanchez start. That'll be the starting lineup. I did already fix everything, I'm pretty sure, so we'll just jump right in and see what happens. Good start. There we go, scores a run, and that would be it for the first inning, as we did get very good base runners there in the first inning, very active, which is exactly what I'm looking for this season. So hopefully a piece of this game will show what we're able to do all season long, which is get on base and score runs. While the defensive end, we are hoping that our starting rotation is able to continue their streak from last year, do a lot better, and this bullpen can do what they always do, as Josh Bell hits a 3-run homer off of Scherzer, which is a great lead going to the 5th inning, as we are up 4-0. Nothing much I can ask for, as we are going to the 6th with 7 hits and 4 runs, as we get out of another inning with only allowing 3 hits so far against Washington. Swansman gets on base, 2 walks in a row. This is one thing that I am very happy with, that our team has performed very well with, is getting on base a lot. No matter if it's a walk or a hit, we're getting on base and putting people in scoring opportunity, which is how we're winning the games. At this point, it looks like they pulled out Scherzer, which I'm not surprised. Wow. So at this point, I think we just let him do what he's got to do, and he gets out of it. What a amazing outcome there. Nothing better you can ask for. Should we give him the complete game? Yeah, I think we should anyways. As we do, Sanchez pitches 9 innings, 5 hits, no earned runs, and 4 strikeouts, as the Pittsburgh Pirates win opening day 4-1. I will start simulating the rest of the season, as we will go ahead and see how we do this year, which I am very excited to see. I feel very confident about this team this year. I think that they're going to be a lot better as far as chemistry goes. They play a lot better together. They have people around them with experience. It's pretty much limitless of their success at this point. I think this is a very well put together team that can definitely compete and do very well. I did see a couple of small things happen here in the bullpen, but it doesn't look like anything's really affecting us yet. So maybe send a little bit farther, just so we can hurry up and get through this a lot faster. The video needs to be a lot shorter than usual here, so. So not bad to the first month of the season, as we finish our 15-14. My bad. Yikes. So I do see a couple of things going on, so let me go ahead and check and see what is going on as far as it goes. Nelson Cruz is on the DL. Oh, that's not good. Fractured foot. That's exactly what you need. As he was already starting off very good, that's a huge loss at this point, which very, very much hurts. But Alcides Escobar will take over. As you know, always playing every game of the season, so I'm not too worried about what's going on there. Kind of just going to let this team roll with what they're doing. They seem to know what they're doing out there, so as far as, as long as they're winning, I'm happy. So losing a big piece in Nelson Cruz that we are paying a good amount of money, but I think in return we are gaining somebody who's very consistent on the field and will take over those spots when somebody is injured in the infield or outfield. So whether Alcides has got to play the infield, I believe he can play the outfield as well. So that's a good sign as far as it goes, is depth. So this team should have a lot of good luck here in the season and continue their success and strive forward to become a team that can make the playoffs. I wonder if the Tigers, wow, the Tigers called up Alex Fado, Franklin Perez, who else did they call up? I wonder, that's crazy. I didn't think they would call somebody up so soon. knowing those guys, they're 70 overall prospects. I'm just shocked that they're in the MLB so soon already. Usually in simulation mode, they give them about 2 years to their mid-75s before they even consider bringing them up to see if they can do anything. But that Tigers team that I so dearly have to watch every day of my life, not a very good team. Not a very good team at all. And I know I would do the same thing as that game's doing. So let's go ahead and get back to the draft, as we do have the 4th pick, I believe, the same as last year again. Go ahead and look at some of the prospects, the blue chips left, as it does look like this is probably our better pick at 22 years old. Should be ready by 2021. I'm okay with it. I think that's probably our best bet right now. Yeah. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and pick him. He's our best scouted player as far as it goes, as we do have a very early potential pick here. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and pick my players, and then when I am done, I will show you guys the results and then simulate so we can get through this a lot quicker. So we're back at the end of free agency, end of spring training, finishing over 500. Rotation a little bit different, adding our 5th piece in there, as in Franklin Perez from the Tigers. I'm not sure who I got rid of. I forgot his name. I think it was a veteran, though, I believe I got rid of, though. Did get rid of him to get up a young prospect in Perez, hopefully to perform well this year. Maybe he might have a breakout year. And I did pick up a decent free agent for $10 million in Charlie Blackmon. But I try to keep the budget as low as I possibly could to any trade I could to keep it that way. And the backups look good enough to me. No Alcides Escobar, I got rid of him just due to the performance he put on last season. He's consistent, but this is pretty much do or die season, as I'd call it. But we do have many prospects ready for future seasons, and could definitely keep this team rolling for decades to come. So another pickup, Mazzara, Blackmon. Yep. So that's about really it. Mazzara's the huge difference in the pickup. Bullpen maybe might have changed a little bit. Got a lot of prospects, younger, working their way up. Majority of them young age. We do got Elmont coming up as well with Felipe Rivero, young catcher coming. Pretty much a decent backup team here, pretty much ready to go at any point in time. Diego Salazar, and the list goes on. So we'll go ahead and simulate, start going here. Not really worried about opening day. Whatever happens, happens as we win. Let's see if we take the opening series as we tie it. So a good, decent start, as in 3-3. Simulate a lot farther now. The main thing is hopefully no injuries happen or occur during this season, and pans out for the best for us, as I just see a problem already, as Baez is in our lineup for no apparent reason. But he did do good, very well, in his first start for some reason. Great. That's exactly what we needed. So Franklin Perez is hurt on the DL. I think we'll give Baez about 2 more starts or so, and if he does not do very well, then we will just pretty much forget about leaving him in the lineup, because that is not something I need to have a problem with, as while he took down Madison Bumgarner, which shocks me. I've never seen a prospect take down a huge player in a matchup when he's very needed. So that may be a very good thing to see for future games here, as our team's 15-16 after the first month of the season. Okay, so Franklin Perez is back. Clemente having a very tough time all of a sudden in the lineup, as he is pulled his groin. Not great. That's never a good sign when you have to see that happen. I'm going to go ahead and see if I need to make any changes. If I do, I will. And then when I get there, I will show you guys. And then we'll get back to simulating. We are back, and basically we looked for trades. Didn't find anything that I was very happy with. So I just continued to mess with the rotation a little bit, see what I thought would be the best standpoint for this until the end of the season. And I think at this point we're just going to keep him as a number 5 piece in the rotation. Hopefully we'll start getting back to winning. Not the season we were hoping for, it looks like. Anybody good? Now we'll just simulate and see what happens. See if we did anything good. Decent prospects in the first 2 rounds as well as the last round. Might as well sign them while I can. We'll go ahead and simulate to about there, and then we'll kind of decide the path we want to take for this team, knowing that we need to make the playoffs. And this is not a start at all, that I'm not understanding why we are not doing well. Seems like the pieces I trade away for and the teams and the pieces I received in return should have been good enough to compete definitely for a position. So these losses are ridiculous at this point. Okay, so how far are we out of first place? 12 games out of first place, great. Okay, so making things a lot harder than we need them to be. Let's go ahead and do the trading block. Yohan Moncada, 2.1 salary as he is batting decent. Let's go ahead and see what Archer's throwing. Nothing really great. Throwing a lot of strikeouts, of course, but maybe Sean Newcomb might be a good piece to bring in. Let's go ahead and see if we can throw. What is he now? 5 and 8. I still think we throw him at them. See what we get. And we'll toss in this guy. Okay, so see if I can go a little bit lower. Okay, throw in this guy. Okay, one of these guys. Come on, finish the deal. Okay, we're just gonna make this deal. Okay, so Sean Newcomb will be the new starting pitcher for us that we're bringing in to take over for our dude Spot, who was not succeeding very well this season alone. Garcia will be the top guy in this rotation. Newcomb will come to the top as well. Sanchez will stay where he's at. Perez, not a good start whatsoever, but his overall is going up. Bullpen doing a good job except for Leclerc. Wow. At this point, it seems like we might need to get rid of any small pieces that we can, because this is a run that we need to make, and this team's just not doing it. So we can't get Zach Britton. I don't want to pay $11 million for him though. Don't think he's worth that $11 million. Okay, that's the trade I was looking for. Alright, so we're going to pick up Diaz. go ahead and look at the bullpen. Okay, a little bit better. I think I can work with that lineup. Nomar hitting the most home runs so far, so we'll switch him around a little bit. Drop Suarez in the order. Okay, this lineup's really jacked up. Back to the simulation. Maybe the second half will be a lot better or the same, who knows. So in the first time in the season we are over 500, which is great. So hopefully maybe we can sim day die day and hope for the best results. And we are back under 500 once again. I want to see if we have a chance to make the playoffs. Or at least the wild card. We do have a chance to make the wild card. That'll be huge if we can get something going. So that does get me a little bit excited, so let's slowly work our way through, win as many games as this team can. There we go, good job. Come on, take one game from Chicago. There we go. Yeah, you gotta win your series every time against these teams right now. That's what's very important. I'm gonna go check up on that wild card spot. We are 1.5 games out, fighting with the Brewers, I believe it was, and we will finish the year off facing them. What better way can you ask for a run to the postseason? This might depend on it, and it probably will, as the Giants take over that place. Come on guys, pull it off. Brett Sutter versus Franklin Perez, and we win the matchup. Wow. We win our second matchup. Come on guys. Lose our fourth matchup. Great. Probably didn't make it, did we? No, we didn't. We are 2 games out of the wild card. Wow, that really sucks. So for the first time in the series, we did make the postseason in our third and final season. Really sucks. Got really nothing much I can say after that. I expected us to do well. Didn't go well. Team obviously can do very well each year, can perform, probably put up a good run. This is the roster. The third and final season budget. 74 million definitely went up, and that's really what really hurts, is that last year we made the postseason with only a 50-something million dollar budget, and now we're at 74 and we didn't even make it. So obviously the season didn't go as well as we wanted to. Mazzaro did obviously do amazing, it seems like. Yep, 33 bombs. Blackman did his job, Swanson did his job, so did Inciarte. Cabrera did his, I mean, pretty much everybody offensive-wise did their job. It was just the rotation that had trouble, it looks like, with all over 3 ERAs. If you guys would like to see the rest of this series and continue playing this franchise and try and go for the title, please let me know. I will if I need to. But other than that, thank you guys for watching today. Appreciate you stopping by. Sorry we couldn't make the playoffs and make another run at it in third and final season. That is the end of the video. Thanks for watching and have a good day. Hey guys, welcome. Hey guys, welcome back to another video here today. We're going to continue the rebuilding series today as we will be rebuilding the Pittsburgh Pirates ranked 2017. Budget very low as usual. Nothing really different as far as budget goes. Team overall. Picked our first 3 picks and then simulated the rest of the draft. I'm surprised this second guy I ended up picking isn't very good. According to his stats, he looked like he was going to be a very, very good player. But nonetheless, he is not that bad. Obviously, probably won't develop in time for the majors, just according to the numbers. But not bad of a player, so first overall pick, very good. I'm happy with that as we got a 68 overall center fielder as our outfield depth just keeps continuing to develop more and more. I think we're just going to go ahead and sign everybody at this point as, wow, this is probably one of our better picks I've had in a while. I do think I picked actually this guy as well, and then I think I simulated the rest of the draft. But a 65 overall, B potential, 18-year-old, 6'4" catcher at 231 pounds. Not bad. He's a very good defensive catcher to start off with. Obviously, the improvement needs to be on the offensive standpoint. But not bad of a player whatsoever, so I'm very, very happy with the results of this draft as it looks to be a very successful one. As our last pick in the draft, we did get a 65 overall, 80 potential, 21-year-old starting pitcher from New York with 6'3", 227 pounds, which is a very nice standpoint for a pitcher. I do look for height sometimes, and especially when it comes to young players, it's probably a big help at this point, I think. Overall, we look pretty good as rankings go. Right field is a little bit weak, obviously, probably because Nelson Cruz is out, but everything else, not too bad, as it does look like a pretty well put team together at the halfway point. We are 4 games out of first place. So let's hurry up and try and get through the season a little bit quicker and see how the rest of the season goes. Hopefully injuries don't affect us, nor do poor pitching performances, poor offensive standpoints, anything like that. Hopefully the team stays consistent throughout the season, do what I expected them to do, and do perhaps very well in their second season here in the simulation mode. And now it does look like another great season, great month of June, I believe it was, as we did look to finish over 500 in that month, which is exactly what I was expecting for this team to do. As who is injured now? It seems like another one of our guys happens to be injured. I'm going to go ahead and make sure I see who it is. I'm not really sure why he got called back down. Let's go ahead and bring him back up to the majors as we are. Okay, so maybe it's because we are over the MLB roster limit. So we will send down somebody. And who should I send down? Okay, so they did call up a bullpen piece. I think we send down Michael Felice just because his success isn't going very well right now in the majors. Give him some reps down in the minors, as our bullpen does continue to improve better and better and better. Garcia does look to be having a rough time in the bullpen, which is never a good sign. So let's go ahead and switch a couple of these things around. I did want him to start, but I think we're going to switch it up, see how Lugo does, and if he continues up this success, then we will let them play it out. As we do win our game, does Lugo win his first game? No, he does not, which really not a good sign there. But we'll play it out, see how our team does until the All-Star break in these last couple games. Hopefully they win them out. Come on, win the last game, Lugo. Lugo does not win it. Okay. So 2 and 4, I think it's time we go ahead and put him back, switch him back around. Garcia getting a fresh start, 7 and 6. Hopefully that gives him the up to do well here in the second half of the season, as we are 10 games above 500. Hopefully looking to finish in a wild card or a division spot. Based upon our second half performance, we'll probably decide where we end up on there. Does seem like Garcia did get hurt once again, but it does look like he's back, so no worries there. Win after win after win, as we are taking every month of the season by storm, winning at over 500% of our games each month of the season, as we are 20 games above 500 now, which 20 games, 3 games within 20 games out of 500. So we are approaching the milestone of putting up some huge numbers that I was definitely not expecting this team to do whatsoever. But we are still 4 games out of our own division, but it looks like we will clinch the wild card no matter what, so not too much of a worry there. As Jordan Montgomery does have, looks to be one of the best seasons of his career, as well as Lamet. Garcia doing 10 times better now. I think we're going to switch around just a couple of small things to get us the best success that we can possibly have at this point. Is there anybody within this lineup that's causing a problem? Maybe. No, it does not seem to be that way. So I got no complaints really. Starting a shortstop might be a problem to me. Don't understand why. Maybe he might be starting. But I'm honestly at this point, if this team's doing just fine, we will let them do whatever they got to do. As long as they're winning the games, I'm fine with that. Unfortunately, we made it as a wild card at 92 and 70, which is actually a dang amazing record. But you are in the league with the Cubs, so it's going to be very rough. 17 and 7 for Montgomery, probably one of the best seasons I've ever seen with him. 1.7 ERA. Other than that, it seems like the rotation is doing just fine. Yeah, nobody over 3.6 ERA. 4 of our 5 pitchers over 500. Seth Lugo finishing out the season not as good as I thought he might have. Pagan, not a great record, good ERA though. Keller just hanging in there. Wow, his overall has increased dramatically over last year. So that was a very good pickup. And Coda Glover coming through clutch this year as he's going 9 into the 2.3 ERA. This team is absolutely amazing. So going ahead and look at the offensive standpoint to see where we are at in the season. It does not look to be Wilmer did any better. But Alcides Escobar not having the greatest success, it seems to be, so that's a disappointment. But we'll go ahead and check out and see what is going on. Oh wow, that's very sad. Swanson was having a great season, but he ended up breaking his foot. I'm not sure how far on the DL he is, so that's not a very good sign. So maybe we will drop him down in the order just so we can make sure that we're able to get on base early in the game. I just don't feel like that's a great idea to have these guys up in the order so high, especially when their success is just not there. So I'm going to go ahead and switch all these guys around, and I guess I'll do a live for you. Why not? Not really a big deal. So Ciarte, Suarez will bat second, I believe. Yeah, we'll just have him bat second. Cruz fourth. Acetis, we'll move him down the order. Rosario, Bam Bam, Flores. Man, this team is absolutely amazing. Just the offensive standpoint looks so good. It's unbelievable. I'm just shocked of how well they performed. Not really shocked. I mean, I expected it, but as well as they did, they definitely proved me wrong in a lot of ways. That you don't necessarily have to have the biggest and best team out there. You just have a team that's out there to play baseball every day. It's consistent, puts up good numbers, and you're going to win ball games. And it seems to be like that's what this team is doing, no problem whatsoever. So to build off of that, hopefully this season ends very well. Hopefully get a wild card, win that, and move on from there. And hope for the best here in the postseason. See, anybody else? No. Okay, so I do think that will be it. I wanted to actually look at the stats quickly. Basically, specifically exactly what I thought would happen in this season. Not necessarily anything wrong. Suarez did great. Cruz had a down season, but I think it was more the fact of he was injured, which I just remember that. So, Bell, not bad. Rosario batting 19 home runs, 80 RBIs, which is pretty good. Our catcher not batting so great, but his offensive standpoint of hitting bombs, doing his job. So I got nothing to complain about. Very good season for us. Let's go ahead and get into this game as Jordan Montgomery, our ace, goes against the ace of Milwaukee and Brent Suttler in the wild card game. See how this will go for us. We'll do, oops, my bad. Quick simulation, where we're managing it ourselves. Hopefully we can get the W. That would be the goal of this game here. Never know though, to be honest. So let's go ahead, hope for the best, and get to it. First inning, a little bit scary at first, but we do go through the inning with no runs, only allowing one hit. And we do start off the inning by scoring 3 runs in the second, which is a great start and a great confident booster to our offensive pitcher of the year in Montgomery, as he seems to be scrolling through this lineup with no problem whatsoever. As we do score 3 more runs in the 5th. This team is just absolutely blowing them away somehow today. Does not seem to be that he is not having too much of a problem with this other team here. So very exciting. Hopefully we can get through this game, maybe even throw a shutout as Montgomery. Yeah, Montgomery's still out there. Did Montgomery just... Yes, he did. Wow. Our starting pitcher hit a bomb in the game. Wow, just absolutely amazing. As they did score a run there. I think it's... We'll keep all of our arms fresh. So let's go ahead and see if he can get through it. As he does. And we won the National Wildcard game. And we'll be taking on the Dodgers in Division Series. Obviously a team with over $200 million budget as far as players goes. 11 strikeouts for Montgomery, so obviously he's pitching absolutely amazing. I'm going to go to the Dodgers real quick just to see who they have. Wow, first 3 players on their board are 99 overalls, of course. Not much of a difference here. Pretty much the same amazing team they've always had, just improved off of it. Wow. This is going to be a tough matchup. So first game, Clayton Kershaw versus Lamont, as I call him, or LeMate, however you want to say his name. Second game, we verse the rookie Urias, who never seems to come through on this game. Doesn't go very well, as Aaron Sanchez takes on him on against Alex Wood, gets the W. Talon versus Kenta Maeda, very evenly matched up, as Maeda does have the advantage, just taking down us by 2. let's go ahead and watch this one live, as this probably will be the best game of this series, as Clayton Kershaw takes on Jordan Montgomery in the Game 5, I believe it is, of the ALDS, I want to say, or NLDS. I'm so used to being in the American League with the Tigers. So Montgomery, hopefully he can come through, do what he does best, basically. Kick some butt out there would be the goal. As we do start off with 2 runners, but get stranded right away. And wow, there's a very rough start for us there, as Montgomery allows a 3-run homer in the second inning. So as we do come back with 2 runs ourselves, so we are only down by 1. And Montgomery does allow 2 more runs to score. Not good at all. I'm worried now, as a double play happens as we were down 5-2. No runs scored there for us. Doesn't seem like we might score any more runs here yet, I think. Is it time to pull him, or is it not? I think it's time we pull him. Here comes South Lugo. Hopefully this is the right choice. And it is. As we get out of the inning, we were down 6-2. This is a very sad ending here, as our season may be ended short. But we will give it all we have, bringing in some of the best pitchers we have all year long. As we do get the runner caught out at home. Josh Bell here at the top of the 9th, I believe it is. And that'll be the end of it as we get eliminated.